So hi children, in the previous video we discussed about the types of polynomials. No, so in this video we are going to discuss about that general form of a polynomial and zero polynomial and so on. So we will discuss in this video. So first thing is general form of a polynomial. General form of a polynomial. So here general form is a1 x power n plus a2 x power n minus 1 plus a3 x power n minus 2 plus a4 x power n minus 3 and so on. Okay, so plus an x power 0. This is the general form of a polynomial. Once observe this one carefully. So this is the general form of a polynomial, which means a polynomial is in this form only. Okay, so here the first one is a1 x power n plus a2 x power n minus 1 plus a3 x power n minus 2 plus a4 x power n minus 3 and so on, plus an x power 0. So children, when you observe that the powers of the variable x, so in this all terms we can observe that one of the variable, that is x. So its powers, so here x power n minus 1, here x power n minus 2, here x power n minus 3 and so on up to x power 0. So here we can observe that the degrees, or sorry, the powers of that variable in each term of a polynomial is in a descending order. Is in a descending order means a decreasing order. Okay, so here for example, its power is x power 5 is there here. So n is equals to 5 I taken here, plus another one is x power 5 minus 1 is 4, plus x power 5 minus 2 is 3, plus x power 5 minus 3 is 2, plus x power, next one is n minus 4, no, so 5 minus 4 is 1, plus x power n is equals to 5, no, so 5 minus 5 is equals to 0, so we can write this one as x naught, x power 0. So here x power 5, x power 4, x cube, x square, x power 1, x power 0. So when you observe that the powers of that each term, powers of that variables in each term, here that is in a decreasing order, that is in decreasing order. Is it clear? So like this way we have to write that powers of that variables in a polynomial. So here a1 is a coefficient of x power n and a2 is a coefficient of x power n minus 1. a3 is a coefficient of x power n minus 2. So we can say that a1, a2, a3 and so on, an are coefficients. Are coefficients. We will call them as coefficients. Okay, is it clear to you? So here I will write you one of that polynomial. See here, 3x cube plus 5x square plus 4x plus 3. This is one of the polynomial, no? So here we can observe that the power is 3, 2, 1, 0. Descending order. And in the same way here, the coefficient of x cube is 3, coefficient of x square is 5, coefficient of x is 4 and this is the constant term. So here a1 is equals to 3, a2 is equals to 5, a3 is equals to 4, okay, a4 is equals to 3. Okay, so these all are that coefficients of that given polynomial. Is it clear to you? Now why I am saying about that a1, a2, a3 and so on, this one means here we have one of the concept, that is the zero polynomial. What is that? Zero polynomial. So zero polynomial means, so in just now I explained, you know, that is the 3x power 5 plus 4x square plus 3 is there, means for example here 5 to 3, those only there has that powers. So here we can say that a1 is equals to 3 and here a2 not there as well as a3 not there. Next they given here a4, next a5 not there, a6 they given. Okay, so that's why here a1, a2, a3 and so on we are saying, no. So here zero polynomial means here a1 is equals to, a2 is equals to, a3 is equals to and so on. is equals to an is equals to 0, which means if the coefficients of that polynomial is 0, each and every coefficients of that each and every variable in that term of a polynomial is 0, then its value becomes 0, no? So we will call that polynomial as a 0 polynomial. Okay, for example, ax square plus bx plus c, this is a polynomial, no? So 0 polynomial means here 0 into x square plus 0 into x plus 0. Okay, so here the coefficients of that variables, are 0, then we will call that polynomial as a 0 polynomial. Why? Because 0 into x square is equals to 0 plus 0 into x is equals to 0 plus 0. So 0 plus 0 plus 0 and so on. We will get its resultant as 0 only, no? So that's why here we will call that polynomial as a 0 polynomial. Okay, so if you observe that it's a general form, if you apply that a1 is equals to 0, a2 is equals to 0, a3 is equals to 0 and so on. Okay, then here this total polynomial become as 0 only, no? So that's why here we will call that polynomial as 0 polynomial. Okay, so we discussed about that 0 polynomial, no? So 0 polynomial means what I told you, that 0 polynomial means here a1 is equals to a2 is equals to and so on is equals to an is equals to 0, no? So we will call that polynomial as a 0 polynomial. Now we have that 0 of a polynomial, 0 of a polynomial. Okay, children, see the difference? Here this is also 0, but this is also 0, but there is a lot of differences there. Here this is 0 polynomial. If the coefficients of that variables in a polynomial is 0, then we will call that one as 0 polynomial. Now 0 of a polynomial means the values of that variables, the possible values of that variables which satisfies the polynomial. Which satisfies the polynomial means after substituting that value in the polynomial, then we will get its value as 0. Okay, so which values we are substituting, okay, to get that polynomial as 0, those values we will call them as 0 of a polynomial. Okay, so once again say that if the coefficients of that each variable, coefficients of that each term is 0, then we will call that polynomial as a 0 polynomial. 0 of a polynomial means the possible values which satisfies that given polynomial. The possible values of a variable involved in that polynomial, okay, which satisfies that polynomial means its value should give that 0. Okay, then only we can say that that is a root. So simply we can say that 0 of a polynomial means nothing but roots or solutions. Roots are solutions, we are saying in the previous topic we discussed about that. So roots are solutions only, we are saying here 0 of a polynomial. So zeros means nothing but roots. Okay, the value of that variable, okay, which satisfies that given polynomial, those are called 0 of a polynomial. So that is the difference between 0 polynomial and 0 of a polynomial. Okay, so here one of the example, 2x minus 3 is there, that is one of the polynomial. So here what is the 0 of a polynomial here? 0 of a polynomial means after substituting the value of x, okay, its value should becomes 0 only, no? Okay, we have one of the idea, no? Which value we are going to substitute here at the place of that variable given in the polynomial to make that polynomial as 0. Okay, its total resultant become as 0. Okay, that values we are saying that one is roots or 0 of a polynomial. So that's why here I kept is equals to 0. So from this one, 2x is equals to minus 3 become as plus 3. And here x is equals to 3 by 2. So here 0 of a polynomial is 3 by 2. So 3 by 2 is that 0 of a polynomial. Why? Because what I told you that 2x minus 3. So here 2 into x we got here 3 by 2. Okay, after substituting the value of x in the given polynomial, okay, then we will get that resultant as 0. Then we will call that values are zeros of a polynomial. Did you understand this one? 2 into 3 by 2, 2 and 2 gets cancelled. After 3 minus 3 there, so 3 minus 3 also will get cancelled, so is equals to 0. Okay, so after substituting the value of x here, we are getting its resultant as 0. Okay, that's why here the 0 of this polynomial is 3 by 2. Is it clear? Now 0 of a polynomial x minus a, what is that 0 here? X minus a, here 0 is a only. Why? Because here x minus a is equals to 0. So from this one x is equals to minus a becomes plus a. Okay, so substitute that plus a here. A minus a and minus a gets cancelled. So its resultant is equals to 0. Is it clear to you? Okay, as well as I'll ask you one more thing. For example, the polynomial is x minus 1. Then what is the 0 of your polynomial? If you know that answer, immediately comment in that comment section quickly. Okay, so x minus 1, what is the 0? Yes, 1. Why? Because 1 minus 1 is equals to 0, or x minus 1 is equals to 0, x is equals to 1. In that method also we can say no. That's why. What is that 0 of your polynomial? X plus 2. What is the 0 of your polynomial here? Yes, x plus 2 there. So minus 2 is that 0 of your polynomial. Okay. So this is about that 0 polynomial and 0 of a polynomial. Okay, so next we will discuss about that properties. We know that, right? Closure property, commutative property, distributive property, those all. So we will discuss those all concepts on that polynomials. Okay, so here first thing, closure property. Okay, so here under that closure property, come to that addition. Here a is a polynomial. Take that a is a polynomial. For example, here sometimes we can take that a is equals to x square plus 3x plus 2. Okay, that's what I am saying here. A is a polynomial and b is also a polynomial, that is 3x cube plus 4x square plus 5x plus 3. Like this two polynomials there. Okay, now here I am saying that a is a polynomial or not? Yes, a is a polynomial, and b is a polynomial or not? Yes, b is also a polynomial. Now here if you add that a plus b, then you will get a polynomial or not? Yes, again you will get a polynomial only. Just when you add these two expressions, then what you will get? Here x square there, so you have to add with x square terms. You have to add only like terms, no? So that's why here 1x square, 4x square, so that is 5x square plus 3x plus 5x, so that is plus 8x plus 2 plus 3, that is 5, and the leftover term is plus 3x cube. So 3x cube plus 5x square plus 8x plus 5. So children, here a is a polynomial, b is a polynomial. So after addition also we are getting a polynomial now here. Okay, yes or no? So that's why here a plus b is also a polynomial. Okay, and in the same way when you apply that multiplication here, a into b is also a polynomial. Okay, so here if you are taking that subtraction, that is also operations on that polynomials. So a minus b also you will get it as some polynomial only. Okay, so a into b, if you multiply these two, then again you will get a polynomial or not? Obviously you will get a polynomial here. Okay, so a plus b, a into b, like that means those are belongs to that closure property. Okay, now commutative property. So here commutative property means, here if you add that any two polynomials, if you add that a plus b in this order, then you will get that same order when you add that b plus a also. Okay, x square plus 4x square is equals to 5x square, and in the same way 4x square plus x square, in reverse order I am adding. So then also you are getting the same result only, no? So here a plus b is equals to b plus a. If you add that any two polynomials in any order, then you will get the same result. Okay, so if you multiply any two polynomials in any order, then also you will get the same result only. Okay, so this is that commutative property. Already we discussed about that these all properties in that first concept of number system. So like that only, but in that number system we discussed about that we are taking examples as numbers and we discussed about that. But here at the place of numbers we have to take that polynomial. Okay, so this is that commutative property. Now associative property. So associative property means here you have to take that. So I am considering this is that see here you have to take that 3 polynomials. No, in that associative property number system we have to consider 3 numbers. So here you have to take that 3 polynomials. Now here in that associative property also we can say that a plus b plus c. If you group that any 2 polynomials in any order, then you will get the same result. Okay, for example a plus b plus c there. So first if you add that b plus c, after you have to add the resultant to that a, that is the meaning of that LHS here. Here the meaning of that RHS is, first you have to add that a plus b, next that resultant you have to add to that c. Okay, then also you will get that same result only. Okay, so first if you add these two, okay, then you will get one of the resultant. If you add the same resultant to the c, then also you will get the same one, as well as the first you can add that b plus c, after you have to add that resultant to a also. Okay, then also you will get that same resultant. As well as multiplication, a into b into c is equals to a into b plus a into c. Okay, so here the polynomial a should multiplies with b as well as should multiplies with c also. Sorry, this one we have to group it as a into b into c is equals to a into b into c. Okay, so first you can multiply that b and c, as well as after that resultant you have to multiply with a also. And in the same way here also first you can multiply that a and b, as well as after that resultant you have to multiply with c, then also you will get that same result. Okay, so this is about that associative property. Okay, so next see that next one. So next thing, distributive property. Okay, so here distributive property means here also you have to take that 3 polynomials a into b plus c, which is equals to a into b plus a into c. Okay, so this is the distributive property. Here 3 polynomials a, b, c are there. So first if you add that b plus c, after you can multiply with a, or else first you have to multiply with a and b, after you have to multiply with a and c, next you can add that those 2 resultants. Okay, then also you will get that same result, whatever it may be. If you add in any way, then you will get that same result. So this is that distributive property. Okay, and we have that identities, no? So what are those? For example, here a is the polynomial. To the polynomial if you add that 0, then what you will get here again? One of the polynomial is there. If you add 0 to that, 0 is means here nothing is there. So nothing we are adding here. So again you will get it as a only, no? So that's why here this is additive identity. Additive identity. Next, for example here a is multiplies with 1. A is multiply with 1. Then what you will get here? Any polynomial, for example take this polynomial only, this polynomial multiples with 1. 1 into x square is x square, plus 3x into 1 is equals to 3x, plus 2 into 1 is equals to 2. Okay, so that is also a polynomial now again. Again same polynomial we are getting here. So a I am multiplying with 1. So again I am getting here a only. Okay, that's why here this is called multiplicative identity. That is called multiplicative identity. So which element is called additive identity? 0 is called additive identity element. And we know that what is that multiplicative identity element? 1 is called multiplicative identity element. Okay, so after that one more property is there. So here for example a is one of the polynomial there. One of the polynomial a is there. To this a, if you add that its additive inverse of a polynomial, then what you will get here? 0 only, no? Okay, for example here a is equals to x square plus 3x plus 2. That is a. Here plus of minus of a here. A means again this one only you have to write x square plus 3x plus 2. Now simplify this one here. X square plus 3x plus 2 plus into minus is plus, minus into plus is equals to minus x square. So again plus into minus is minus x square, minus into plus is equals to minus 3x, minus into plus is equals to minus 2. Okay, after simplification this one only you will get no. So here x square minus x square plus 3x minus 3x plus 2 minus 2. So all terms gets cancelled no. So here what is the resultant? In that multiplication all terms cancel means 1. So here in that addition or subtraction all terms gets cancelled means here resultant is 0. So if you add additive inverse of that, the additive inverse or additive inverse polynomial to that the given polynomial, then you will get the resultant as 0. Okay, so this property is called here additive inverse. Additive inverse. So here children, additive inverse exists no? Is it possible to take that multiplicative inverse of a polynomial? Multiplicative inverse of a polynomial is a polynomial or not? Let us check here. If you take that additive inverse property, so that is existing. Multiplicative inverse means what? Multiplicative inverse of A is 1 by A. Okay, multiplicative inverse of A is 1 by A. We know that multiplicative inverse means a reciprocal of a number. Okay, so that's why here A is equals to x square plus 3x plus 2. Okay, so here 1 by A means 1 by x square plus 3x plus 2. X square plus 3x plus 2. Okay, so when you observe this one, here actually x square plus 3x plus 2 is a polynomial, but here the same polynomial we written in its denominator. Okay, we written in its denominator. Now here this powers become as a positive or negative. Here reciprocal there no. So that's why here these powers become as a negative only no. Why? Because for example x is a positive, x power 1 is there means that is a positive. I am going to write it as 1 by x. Here x is there, that is positive. Here x is there, that is positive. But here this is 1 by x. I want to know the value of only the power of x. So that's why this one become as x power minus 1 only no. So here its powers become as a negative. So that's why here multiplicative inverse of a polynomial is not a polynomial. Okay, so here the important condition is multiplicative inverse of a polynomial is not a polynomial. So this is not a polynomial. Okay, this is a multinomial. Is it clear to you? So these all are the properties we have to apply on that polynomials. After this is the resultant. So here one of the important point is that is these all are important properties only, but here the main one mostly they will ask. Okay, the multiplicative inverse of a polynomial is a polynomial or not a polynomial? Is not a polynomial. Okay children, so here in this video we discussed about that general form as well as we discussed about that here these all properties no. So in that next video we will discuss about that division of a polynomial with a monomial and with a binomial. Okay.